Columbia 300 Atlas Hybrid. This ball came out in August of 2024. Woo! It's an old one. If you haven't watched my channel before, you know that I'm a huge fan of Columbia 300 bowling balls. So it's a little sad when they got discontinued this year. So I went out and bought pretty much every single remaining Columbia 300 ball that I could get my hands on. This one was a little bit harder to find. They actually had this at Gebhardt's for $99. And I think they had one or two left, and I slept on it because 2 days later it was completely sold out. So I had to go on eBay, and I got this for $99. So pretty much the same price as Gebhardt's had it for. If you are in the market to get one of these, you may want to act fast because I don't think they have many left, and you're going to have to probably go to eBay like I did to get this. This ball was not on my radar until they went out of business, and then I wanted to grab all of them that I could possibly get. So this actually has a really good pour. I've seen a lot of really high honor scores with this ball. Not too many negative things were said about this ball. It just went under everybody's radar, and because it's Columbia 300. But for $99, what can you lose? Columbia 300 made an Atlas Solid, which I did not get because it was before my time. But this was the second in the line, I believe. This was the hybrid, and they never did get a chance to make a pearl version. This is an asymmetrical ball, so should be good with my style of bowling. And we're going to drill this up a strong layout according to the Brunswick's website. So we're going to do the same thing we do in most of my videos. We're going to lay out, drill, we're going to take this and roll a few games with it, and then I'll give you my initial feedback on this thing. Not that anybody cares, but it's a very old ball that I don't think is on anybody's radar nowadays unless you are a collector of Columbia 300 balls and you're trying to collect most of them before they're completely out of stock. All right, so if you know me and my layouts, I'm a huge fan of 55 by 4 by 25. So that's exactly what we're going to do on this. And that's essentially what Brunswick's website says to do for layouts. So because this is an asymmetrical ball, we just go from the dot all the way down through the mouse bias. Down here, this little white dot. About 4 inches. 25. One and 3/4. 4 5/8. And there she goes. That's what she looks like there. Pretty typical. Pin pretty much directly over both fingers there. We have our XY table all set up for the pitches for the ring finger. And we'll put our version 3.0 jig on. Next, we put our 31/32 alignment rod. We'll bring it down and very quickly line it up with our lines. 31/32 bit. So we decided to go with blue Jopo and blue turbo inserts here. We'll do a test fit. Test fit's good. We will trade safety goggles for reading glasses. When you get to be my age, you need them. You don't want them, but you need them. All right, find our line. Boom. All right, time for our grips. 45, 21, and 21 on the ring finger here. And there we go. So inserts glued in. We're going to take the ball over to the press and just cut this down. All right, XY table zeroed out. So sometimes you can get a little aggressive with the plug cutter, and that happens. It just cuts down a little bit of the cover stock. There's nothing that sandpaper and a little bit of polish can't fix. Not a huge deal. I'm not going to fix that. But if you do this by accident, it just means you went down too hard and it just cut a little bit of the cover stock away. And like I said, if I got sandpaper, a little bit of compound or polish, it would look good as new. It's not in my track, so I'm not really worried about it. So we have our Jopo. We're going to do a test fit here. And test fit's good. Nice and flush. So there we have it. One Columbia 300 Atlas Hybrid with a very cool looking pour. Drilled up in about 20 minutes. So we're going to take this down a local alley. The first game, we're going to leave the compound on. If it doesn't shape for me, then I will put some surface to it. So I'm going to try to roll about 3 games with this, and I'll give you my initial opinion at the end of the video on this ball. So let's go down a local alley and see what we can do with this thing. Yet another winner from Columbia 300, the Atlas Hybrid. So rolled 3 games with this. The first game, I wasn't expecting much just because I wanted to get the oil into the ball. And then I ended up pulling out a 248. So the ball was really good right out of box. I was very surprised. Game 2, put a 255. Pretty amazing. And then in game 3, I put up a 226. So 3 games for this ball, pretty much right out of the box. I did not touch the surface on this, which was pretty surprising. I normally don't do good with compound on the bowling balls, but it worked pretty good. It worked really good for me, surprisingly. So before I rolled this game, we did league. There was 5 people per the pair, and I actually rolled a Zero Mercy solid for all 3 games. The oil seemed to just kind of stay there. It didn't really break down that much. So not a bad ball for 99 bucks on eBay. I mean, I bought it from a pro shop that sells their balls on eBay, and this was the display ball in their shop. And he was just probably trying to get rid of it. So he sold it to me for $99 shipped to my door. There just wasn't an original box, which I don't care. So I know all online retailers are currently out of this ball. I don't think you can find these anywhere. The only place you can really find them is going to be eBay or like Facebook Marketplace or similar. But they're becoming harder to find. So sometimes online retailers, when they're out of stock of a ball, if you keep checking, like the Archetype Hybrid, for example, was out of stock for the longest time. And then all of a sudden it just randomly checked to see if it was available. And then it was available in 15 pounds. So they must find like these random balls in warehouses and stuff, and then just put them on their website and sell them. But I don't know about this one, if they have a whole bunch left or not. But when I bought this, I was only able to find them on eBay. Instead of hucking the ball down the lane 17, 18 miles an hour up 10, I'm trying to slow my speed down. So I got a little taste of humble pie this past weekend in Reno. Even when I tried to slow my speed down to 15 and a half and I serviced my balls to 500 grit, straight it went. With my low revs, it didn't do me any wonders in Reno, except for the house shot 40 frame game. For the sport shot, I definitely have to change my game. When I looked up at the scoreboard for Reno for teams, there weren't many scores above 200, if that tells you just how hard that sport shot was. That was a very difficult sport shot. So what I'm trying to do in attempt to have more shape on my bowling ball is just slow it down. You know, like everybody said, speed kills. Speed kills the shape of the bowling ball. So I'm trying to slow it down. And as you can see in my games today, I slowed it down. I tried to get it more out to the friction in hopes that it would come back. And a lot of the times it did come back, surprisingly. So it does work if you slow down. For some weird reason, I loved hucking it up 10, 17, 18 miles an hour. And the sound of pure destruction of the pins was very addicting. But I do have to change my game, especially if I want to do more sport shot. So if you got this far, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching till the end of my videos. And if you don't mind, make sure to hit the like button. Be sure to comment down below and let me know if you have the Atlas Hybrid. Did you get it when it was brand new, or do you plan to get it? If you do plan to get it, you're probably gonna have to search on eBay somewhere to find it. It's not a bad ball. Even though it's close to 2 years old, it's a really good ball. And for some weird reason, I seem to pair very well with Columbia 300 balls. So let me know if you guys out there, are you guys Columbia 300 fans? Are you the rare breed out there that loves Columbia 300 balls? And you're just dying to collect all of them that are remaining in stock like me? So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. I do DIY bowling ball drilling in my garage. I sell bowling ball jigs and also sell alignment rods. And I also do reviews on pretty much every single ball that I get, whether it's a brand new release or it's a ball from close to 2 years ago, like the Atlas Hybrid here. So anyway, with that said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all on the next video.